Hey, what's up, guys? Today I wanted to show you how to run your Beartooth device, your communications, through ITAK. Show you how to get that hooked up and connected. So we're going to go to the App Store first. We're going to click and search up Beartooth. There's a couple options with Beartooth, but we want the first one, which is Beartooth MK2, which I'll show you that here in a second. So just this top one here, click on that, and then we'll get that downloaded. All right, exit out of the App Store, go back, click on the Beartooth app. So there's a couple different ways that we can use the Beartooth with the iPhone. So we'll allow those permissions. There's app and server. I'm going to show you how to do the app first, and I'll show you the server later. Allow location. My device is already turned on, so I'm going to click on that and enter in just a random username real quick. Say connecting, and then it'll show a setup screen. You have to wait for the setup screen on either app or server, or they won't work. So this is their app. It's pretty similar to just like your navigation app on your phone as far as the map is concerned. There's a few settings that you have in this, which I'll show you here in just a second. I'm going to zoom out and go to the area where I am. For some reason it started in Iowa. So you can use two fingers and swipe up like you can on ITAK, but it's not actually 3D. It's just a flat image. Not really going to see anything. And then you have some options with the maps. If you go to your settings, you can change it from this street satellite view to just a street view and just a satellite view. I prefer the mix. It's easier. And then this contacts at the bottom, that's your Beartooth broadcast. That's how you would talk to everybody else on your network ID. And then you have a PTT button as well if you have the adapters where you can use voice. So we're going to close that. Then we're going to go back into the web browser, and we're going to look up Beartooth so we can download the server packages we need to run it through the server. So we'll, as soon as we get through that, click this little three-line button up at the top, then getting started, then iOS, and it'll bring up this instruction guide. So the one we're concerned with is number 5. Those are your server certificates. So that'll take you to a Dropbox where you can download those and add them onto your phone in your files. I'm not going to download it because I already have it downloaded. Just wanted to show you where it was. So we'll exit out of that. And then I will go to the ITAK. We're going to click on our settings button as soon as we're loaded all the way. And then network and servers. And then that little plus sign at the bottom. We don't have credentials and we don't have a QR, so we need to upload a server package. Click on that, and that'll bring up our files. And then we need the ITAK TI zip. You don't need to unpack it, just click on it. It'll add it in there automatically. So it says connection failed, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. So go back, and we'll close out of that. We'll go back to the Beartooth app, and I'll show you how to set it up on that server side. So click server. Again, my device is already on, so I'll click on that. It'll connect, and we have to wait for that setup screen again. You have a couple options on the setup screen with this one. You can change the network ID to whatever you want. Anybody else has to have the same one as you to communicate. And then you can enable encryption, but you have to have the same key for every device. But I'm going to show you how to make just a quick key here. So if you go up, and if you have ChatGPT, go in there, ask it this prompt, generate me an AES 256 radio encryption key. And it'll give it to you in hexadecimal format, which is the raw format. So we'll click on it, we'll copy it, go back into the Beartooth app, enable encryption, and we'll paste it into that text box there and save it. So now your comms are encrypted with the Beartooth through ITAK. Close that and go back to ITAK. And then we'll open up our settings and go back to that network and those server. Click on it. Sometimes you have to shut it off and turn it back on for it to be connected. And you have to make sure that you leave the Beartooth app open in the background or this won't work. Now you can go to this chat button, your general. As you can see, I've already tested it a few times. It does work perfectly fine. And then you can create new chats, groups. If you have contacts, so more people on your network ID, then they would pop up under contacts. So that's about as complicated as it is. I wanted to show you guys how to get that done. And remember, stay moist and communicate.